All of us have or will suffer from depression at some point in our lives. But sometimes this emotion is often misunderstood as the feeling of sadness. Though these two terms are often described similarly, they are indeed very different. Some notable similarities between the two emotions are similar. For instance, both groups often tend to cry, withdraw from the world, and often experience feelings that are negative. Despite these similarities, there is one borderline emotion that sets these two apart. A sad person can pinpoint the reason for their sadness, but a person who is depressed cannot. If you ask a sad person why they feel sad, they will immediately tell you a direct reason for their sadness. It could be that they lost their job, or their loved one died, and so on. A depressed person, on the other hand, won't be able to tell you the reason for his or her depression. They may be doing a particular task and suddenly get tearful. They might just shut down when at a social event, leading them to withdraw from the crowd. People who show these symptoms are depressed. You should be aware of what causes depression now that we are aware of the distinction between the two. Numerous factors might be able to influence how depressed someone feels. Here are some causes. 1. The person may have a history of emotional or physical abuse. Abuse can either be physical or emotional. An individual may be more susceptible to depression later in life if they experience abuse. 2. Age could also be a factor in causing depression. People who are elderly are often at a higher risk of depression. This could be because they live alone or they lack social support. 3. Certain medications that contain ingredients like isotretinoin, which is used to treat acne, can cause depression. Other antiviral drugs like interferon alpha and corticosteroids could also increase your risk of depression as these ingredients mess with your hormones. 4. Depression could also result from conflict. Conflicts inside the family or between close friends, for instance, might make some people depressed. 5. The sudden loss of a loved one can cause sadness and grief, but it can also raise a person's chance of developing depression. 6. The likelihood of developing depression can also be influenced by gender. For instance, women are twice as likely to suffer from depression as males. This can be a result of the hormonal changes that women experience. Depression can also be brought on by other significant life events, including getting married, starting a new job, or even moving. Although it is never merely a normal reaction to stressful life events, clinical depression syndrome does exist. For example, personal issues such as social exclusion brought on by other mental illnesses or being shunned by a family or group of friends. And because depression is a complex trait, there are a lot more reasons for which we don't know the underlying cause. How can you handle depression then? We've added a few coping strategies that can help you feel better if you're feeling depressed. 1. Don't always try to withdraw yourself from the world. If you feel like you're slipping into a depressive state, try and nip it in the bud before it totally consumes you. Socialize and stay in touch with friends and family, or maybe try talking to someone when you feel low. Reaching out can help you stay above depression. 2. Don't always shut yourself in your room and delve into the negativity. Instead, try to be more active. Take up some form of exercise, as this may help lift your mood. If you haven't exercised for a while, then you can always start by just walking for 20 minutes every day. 3. Don't avoid difficult situations. Try to face them with confidence. Sometimes people avoid talking to others when they're feeling down or anxious. Some people may become less confident when driving, leaving the house, or traveling. If this starts to happen, facing up to these situations will make it easier. If this starts to happen, it will be easier if you face these challenges. 4. Don't rely on alcohol or abuse drugs. Though for some, these options may seem like the only options, they're not always the best ones. Coping with your depressive state or hiding your emotions does not mean that you have to harm your body, and it won't solve your problem. The only thing it can and will do is make you feel more depressed, and you don't want that, right? 5. Try including a healthy meal in your diet. Often, depressed people either put on weight or lose a lot of weight. This can affect your body's metabolism, leading to other health problems. Instead, try and make one meal of the day as healthy as you can. Though if you're under medication, it may affect your appetite, you should not turn a blind eye to healthy food. 6. And finally, have a routine set for yourself. People with depression often have poor sleep patterns. They may stay up late past their bedtime or even sleep a lot more than usual. To curb this behavior, try and set a routine and stick to it as much as possible. This will surely help you stay afloat during those stormy emotional days ahead. I hope watching this video has given you some insight into how to deal with depression. After all, it all lies in how diligent you are. If you liked this video, do give it a like and share. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel too. If you want to continue watching content like this, you can always subscribe to our channel for more. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.